Good evening. Hello.
That's the one I should speak into.
Okay.
First question is, the stakeholder committee provided multiple options to cover potential budget shortfalls. Which option makes the most sense to you?
Well, we came up with about $20 million worth of annual cost savings and revenue enhancements on that committee. I was proud to serve with my other 27 stakeholder committee members. $20 million a year, not including the tax swap, which was identified, which would add another, between now and 2020, between 15 and 20 million additional revenue a year for M&O. The easiest one was actually put forward by Brian Dotson, which is raising the fees, the rental fees over the weekends for churches and other organizations that use our facilities and consume electricity and drive those expenses, raise their rates by 15%. And I believe that would have generated $1.2 million, $1.5 million. Painless. Doesn't impinge on our education or our educators or our students. It's a great recommendation.
Do you support hiring an FISD internal auditor without involvement of staff? Why or why not?
The answer is yes, I do. I think that we adopted, what was it, $626 million budget this fiscal year. It's a lot of money. We need another set of eyes looking at that, reporting directly to the board, identifying opportunities. There's some real opportunities there in our financials. And I think that would be money well spent to bring an internal auditor in. Absolutely.
How would you respond to parents who advocate opting out of curriculum they see as in conflict with their beliefs?
I would support that for the most part. If they have something, I think sex education came up. If a parent is more comfortable providing that education and instruction in the house, and the child has other electives that they can select, I think that they should be allowed to do that. We shouldn't force things on the parents and the children, including rezoning, redistricting, by the way. We're a split family.
What do you think about the current non-teacher to teacher staffing ratio, and what ratio would you prefer?
I think that we can improve upon that. If you look at last year, the budget that we adopted, our instructor pay went up by 7.4%, our administrative pay went up by 14%, those two line items. We can certainly do better. What's the right ratio? Well, we've done some benchmarking. I didn't agree with the peer group we used. We're a member of a 44-member fast growth coalition of school districts. That's where I would start. Instead, we picked a few around us. We eliminated several more that are around us and picked school districts way below us to the south and in completely other jurisdictions outside of Austin. So we need to start with a good peer group, benchmark heavily, challenge our staff to provide us ideas, and I'll go back to the stakeholder committee. Half of the committee was made up of teachers, and they provided tremendous value and tremendous ideas on cost savings and revenue enhancements. That's where you start if you want the information with the professionals.
Thank you, Jeff. Given that the last high school cost over $110 million, and that land availability is becoming more difficult to obtain, how would you propose the high school, small school model be cost effectively maintained, knowing that Frisco could be over 400,000 residents?
We've got a tremendous revenue growth in our tax base, and then contrary to what we publicize, we've actually had tremendous. We look at the valuations each year. They've grown. Last year, I believe, what did we go? $3.2 billion in new valuation that the FISD gets to tax on. We got $60 million in new revenue. So as long as our voters understand that there's a trade-off for small school model, we're going to have higher principal and interest costs per student, and we focus on the other areas of the balance sheet and the income statement and try to lower those. So that's the challenge. I think that our next high school in the budget is budgeted $108 million. Are there cost savings to be had looking at that? Absolutely. Are we challenging staff as a board and as a taxpayer base to lower those costs? I don't know. I think we should. I think if you vote for me, we will.
Will you commit to always having consistent voting times and locations throughout an FISD election? Why or why not?
100% yes. The TRE vote and the rolling polling that occurred to accommodate certain schedules, but actually made other schedules much more difficult to accommodate. Folks that are not FISD staff, they represent a significant part of our vote. They have every right to turn out and make their opinions known. And it's not fair to reset our polling places based on certain FISD employee schedules. I'm all for the teachers and administrators, but we have to be fair to all of our voters. And so I would prefer that we vote on school matters on uniform election dates. That would be what I would advocate for.
What is your position on whole child philosophy, and how do you ensure the district is not judging families or their private values?
I think a whole child philosophy is a great approach. I think that the board drives it to a certain extent, and I think the quality of your board certainly lends itself to how well that you put that in place. And I'm an advocate for that, and I don't know a whole lot about it, but I support it. I'm more of a numbers guy, and we'll get to that, I hope.
Okay, we're going to go into the lightning round, and I have to ask you to please limit it to one-word answers, like yes, no,
Okay.
word, so we can get through this. First one, have you or someone on your behalf ever offered for someone's support or campaign contribution a board position or a committee assignment?
No, I have not.
Would you vote for eliminating the Pledge of Allegiance from FISD schools?
No, I would not.
Would you vote no on a board item that the superintendent personally requested?
Would I vote? I'm sorry, can you repeat that one?
Would you vote no on a board item that the superintendent personally requested?
Yes, I would.
Should financial data and assumptions from FISD staff or Dr. Lyons be questioned?
Yes, rigorously.
Do you support school choice and ESA?
Yes, I do.
Should FISD pay hotel bills for board members meeting in the DFW metro area?
No.
Should travel expenses for board members and staff be on the FISD website?
Yes, they should, along with a check register.
Should FISD fund travel, association fees for PACs that work against FISD taxpayer interest?
No, they should not.
Should students be able to discuss religious topics among themselves or others?
Sure, absolutely.
Should schools ask students about sex, drugs, suicide, or family beliefs?
No, they shouldn't.
Should parents be able to opt out of school activities that conflict with their religious or moral beliefs?
Yes, they should be able to opt out of those.
Thank you. Now you have 1 minute for a closing statement.
Thank you. I got a prepared statement. Frisco School District's budget is $626 million this fiscal year. These are big numbers, and you need a numbers guy. A down-in-the-weeds, detailed numbers guy that takes a personal interest in the money. A guy that asks, if it were my money, how would I handle it? That's me. My message to the students, teachers, and taxpayers is thank you for your achievements and your contributions. If I'm elected, misguided efforts to divide you, to pit one against the other, will end. My challenge to the board administration is no more blame game. We, the voters, rejected that last year. We know the Texas school funding mechanism is not perfect, and we face challenges. But we expect solutions from our board and our administration, not finger-pointing, and certainly not a premature, indefensible leap to the highest tax rate allowed by law. Put me on the board, folks. Vote for me, and let's fix our finances and bring our focus back to where it belongs, providing the best education possible to our students. Thank you.